the Junior British Carp Angling Championships, in association with Korda Adrenaline.
Welcome to the Korda Junior British Carp Angling Championships. We're at Brasenose 1 on the Linear Fisheries Complex, and over the next few days there's going to be 100 kids battling it out to become British Junior Champion. Over the last few years, the likes of Tom Dove, Alexi Bygrave have been born from this very event, stars of carp fishing now, and hopefully we're going to see a new star born from this very event. I'm really excited. I've already seen some great anglers here, so stay tuned, you won't be disappointed. We're here with on-site event coordinator Simon Crowe to find out a little bit more about the Junior British Championships. Simon, how many people take part?
Overall there's 160, there's 4 eliminators, of which each eliminator has 40 anglers in.
Right, excellent. And the draw format, how does that work?
The eliminators, it's done as an out-of-the-bag draw, whereby the guys step up and they pull a swim number and go and fish that. And then for the final, which is for 48 hours, there's a watercraft draw, which is basically the same as how the Senior British Carp Angling Championships is run.
Right, okay, so that exactly how does that work? You take well, depending on where you come out in the draw, you get to have either top choice or if you come out last.
We ask the lads to walk the lake basically. They have a look at the swimmers that they fancy, and then when the name comes out, they step up and choose the one that they want to go to. If it's not free, they then choose the second choice.
What's the actual duration of the eliminators?
Each eliminator runs from 9 o'clock in the morning and finishes at 6 o'clock. And from each eliminator, we get 10 guys who go through to the final. If we don't get 10 guys that catch, we have a cast off, which again is run the same as the Senior British Carp Angling Championships.
Right, gotcha. And right, putting you under a bit of pressure now. Any particular lads that you think are going to do well this year?
Yes, there's always a few lads that always seem to do well. I think every year that we've done it now, we've always thought, right, he's good, he's not too bad, he's going to get through to the final. And this particular year, I'd say there's probably half a dozen lads that have really got a good chance of winning it. And today we've got Robert Sutton, who was last year's winner. He's, I'm sure, going to be a top favourite, as indeed Tom Maker, who every year he's been entering this event, he's been doing exceptionally well. And we've also got a young lad who's only 11 years old this year, and he's made the final over the last 2 or 3 years. That's Bonner Coakley. He's done exceptionally well for a really young angler. So we've got some good anglers, you know, who are sort of 7, 8, 9 years of age against guys at 16 and 17. So it's good to see there's a good variation of age.
So you know which guys are going to be coming through the rest of the week. If I was to sort of put your head on the chopping block now and say predict a winner for this year, if they get the right draw, who would it be?
I think my money would either be, I'm going to have to give you 2 here, it would either be on the 2 lads that are fishing today. That's either Robert Sutton or Tom Maker. But obviously it's down to the draw, so you can't always say, right, he's definitely going to win. But I think one of those 2 is really in with a good shout at winning this year.
Well, it's getting really exciting. I hope it's going to be a great event. Thank you for your time.
No problem, mate.
No sooner had the match started and defending champion Rob Sutton was off to a great start. A lot of people are backing Rob to do very well again this year, and he's clearly got his tactics very right early on. He was showing the signs of a true champion. We're here with defending champion Rob Sutton, and it's obviously no fluke that he won it last year because he's got off to a flying start. How many you had, Rob?
5 so far. Lost 1. You can't win them all, obviously, but you know that's fishing for you. So you know it's been a really good day. Yeah, 5 fish, can't be bad.
What's been the going method so far, fella?
Zig rigs. Basically, spodding over sloppy mix over zig rigs, 10 foot. I'm fishing in 15 foot of water, so 10 foot's about right, about average. Seen a few fish boshing out in front of me. Yeah, so it's been a really good day. Really happy.
You've spoken about the soup mix. How much are you putting in, and how regularly are you putting it in?
Well, basically, after every fish, I'll top the swim up about with 10 spods, just to keep the fish in the area. And basically, it's working every time. So yeah, happy, very happy.
And hook bait wise, what are you actually using on the hook to catch them?
Bits of yellow foam. Basically, I'm trimming it down just to make it look, just very natural, really. As the food's falling through the water off the spod, I want the food. You know, I want it to be as natural as possible. So yeah, shave a bit down, cut it down, and it's working. So yeah.
So a fleck of colour, similar to sort of sweet corn, that type of thing. And then right, let's put the pressure on you. Defending champion. A lot of people expect you to do well again this year. I've already been watching you intently and been very impressed with your spotting. How confident are you that you can go all the way again?
I'm pretty confident, but you know, you've got to have the right draw in the final, and you got to take it from there really and see how it goes. I would love to win it again. It's just it's such an achievement, you know. So winning it again, it would just be awesome, basically.
Rob continued his great angling and forced himself into an early first place position.
And job's a good one.
Another of the big guns in this year's event is Tom Maker, tipped by many to go all the way this year. This is last year in the event and would mean the earth for him to win it and then potentially do the double by winning the senior competition. Tom has grown up fishing with his dad Andy, another exceptional angler, but for this event he's on his own. Can he go all the way and win the coveted title? Well, he certainly got off to a great start today in an unfancied part of the lake and managed to storm into second place. Right, we're here with Tom Maker, one of the top favourites for this year's competition. We've already spoken to Simon Crowe and he's been tipping this boy to do well. You've steamed into second place, mate. What have been the methods?
Just basically little bags. Just fished. Well, the last two fish have been in the margins. The other two fish drifting off the side of the plateau. There's no one went round in this corner, which was pretty good. I just think some of the fish have backed down here in the pressure. I'm just picking them off as they're coming round.
A little bit different to Rob, who's obviously in first place at the moment. You've gone with sort of the bag approach. He's catching them on zigs. Why did you decide to fish on the bottom when someone else was catching on zigs?
Because the swim is in, he has the wind behind. It's in the main body of the lake. And to fish a zig in a crosswind or a headwind is quite hard.
Yeah.
And I know this ends where they fed the pellets as well, like because the medicated pellets. So
this is when the lake when they were first breeding the fish on in here, bringing them up, they were feeding them pellets.
All round this margin here.
Right, okay.
And I've had a little lead about and it's quite weedy, so I just decided to drop what I thought was a clear spot without using a marker float rod, and that's produced my last two bites.
Well, I know you're seasoned professional now because you've been around for so long and you're only 17, but what you just said, that you know, about knowing about the area, about the pellets, I mean, do you do a lot of research before you fish matches?
I fish this lake quite a bit, and before we do matches we ask around, we go down to the lakes, ask what's been coming out, where they've been coming out. Local knowledge is the best thing you can have or you can know.
Right, and let's get on to pressure now. Obviously I spoke to Crowe. A lot of people in the trade and in carp fishing in general really fancy your chances this year. How are you dealing with the pressure?
When I get to the competition, I'm automatically under pressure. Everyone always says, oh, you're going to do well this year, you're going to do well. But it's the swim at the end of the day. If you get a good swim and you can catch the fish, you do all right. You just got to keep going for 48 hours and be prepared as well.
Right.
I mean, for the final, if I get through, I'll probably have 100 rigs tied, 50 zig rigs tied, and I'll have 2 different sets of rods set up. So everything, when I get here, I can just get it out of the bag and it's done.
Yeah, that's real, like that's going that extra yard, doing that extra bit of effort to get everything right. And how many fish have you had so far?
4 fish now I've had.
4 fish?
Yeah, 2 singles, 2 doubles.
Are you confident you're through to the final?
It's not over yet. I mean, there's a lot of fish in the lake. If they move into one bank, then they could all catch. But I don't know. There's a good chance. I've got £36 I'm on now, so which is quite good. And I think third place is on about £12 or £13.
So if you're through now, what will be going through your head for the rest of the week before the final?
A lot of headaches, not a lot of sleep, and just basically tying rigs and getting everything ready. Spooling all my reels, cleaning all my stuff. Just make sure when I get here I'm fresh and ready to go.
And I know you've taken part in the competition for a few years now. You've been very close. I mean, how did you get on the last couple of years?
The first year I done it, I come 9th when there was only 8 who went through.
Right.
Last year, the year before when it was on here,
Looked like it could have been number 5 there, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, when it was on here, I won my qualifier. I got into the final, come last out the draw, and I managed to get the last open water swim, and I come second. I think I was £4 behind first, and then last year on Thorpe-Lee, I won my qualifier again and come 31st out of 35, and managed to scrape a 4th by 2 ounces.
Right, so you've been very, very close, mate. Well,
Yeah.
I hope this year's your year, mate. Wish you the very best of luck, and I'll
Cheers.
see you in the final.
Hopefully.
Well, that was enough to see Tom Maker through to the final. The afternoon flurry of fish rubber stamped second place. Rob Sutton's ferocious start kept him in first place from start to finish. This man means business and is desperate to be the first junior to defend their title and win back-to-back championships. Only 9 anglers caught today, which meant Matthew Bennett qualified for the final via the cast off at the end of the day. Stay tuned after